In the history of the National Football League, greatness is often defined by moments: the impossible throw, the fourth-quarter comeback, the championship victory. But what happens when one player doesn't just create moments, but rewrites what we believe is possible? Patrick Mahomes entered the NFL as the 10th overall pick in 2017. By 27, he had won 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 league MVPs, and forever changed how the quarterback position is played. This isn't just the story of a talented athlete. This is the story of a revolution, a new standard of excellence that has forced us to reconsider what greatness looks like. This is the rise of Patrick Mahomes. Before the Super Bowls, before the Chiefs, before the NFL, Patrick Mahomes was just a multi-sport athlete from White House, Texas, with a famous father and unlimited potential. His father, Pat Mahomes Sr., pitched for 11 seasons in Major League Baseball, giving young Patrick a first-hand look at professional sports. But baseball wasn't Patrick's only passion. He excelled in basketball and football as well, showcasing the extraordinary athleticism that would later define his NFL career. Patrick was constantly competing from childhood on. He was never a cookie-cutter quarterback created at specialized training camps. In every sport, he developed a desire to ruthlessly tear your heart out in the clutch moment. This competitive fire was evident to everyone who watched him play. His high school coach once remarked that Mahomes had a unique ability to elevate his game when the pressure was highest.
Patrick's still the same Patrick. One of the things we really love is watching him play football is because he still has that passion.
A trait that would become his calling card in the NFL. In his senior year of high school, Mahomes threw for 4,600 yards, 50 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. Yet college coaches still thought his future was in baseball. Despite his impressive high school career, only 3 major schools offered Mahomes a football scholarship: Texas Tech, Houston, and Rice. This oversight by major college programs would prove to be one of the greatest recruiting misses in recent memory. After being drafted by the Detroit Tigers in the 37th round of the Major League Baseball draft,
the Tigers drafted Mahomes in the 37th round of the 2014 MLB draft.
Mahomes chose Texas Tech, partly because he was interested in playing baseball in the Big 12 Conference. The decision to pursue football over baseball would ultimately change the landscape of professional sports. At Texas Tech, Mahomes' extraordinary talent began to emerge under the guidance of head coach Cliff Kingsbury. Kingsbury's air raid offense was the perfect showcase for Mahomes' arm talent and creativity. Though the Red Raiders struggled to win games during Mahomes' tenure, his individual brilliance was undeniable. In 2016, during his junior year, he set multiple NCAA records in a legendary shootout against Oklahoma. Mahomes broke the NCAA record for single-game total offense with 819 yards and tied the NCAA record for most passing yards in one game with 734. Despite his heroic effort, Texas Tech lost the game 66-59, a pattern that would follow Mahomes throughout his college career. His team finished with a 5-7 record that season, failing to qualify for a bowl game. His teammates knew he was special. The things he could do with the football, the arm angles, the vision, the creativity, it was like nothing they'd ever seen before. One former Texas Tech receiver recalled a practice where Mahomes threw a no-look pass 40 yards downfield, hitting his target in stride. It wasn't showboating, it was Mahomes using every tool at his disposal to make a play. After his junior year, Mahomes made the decision that would change NFL history. He would forego his senior year and enter the 2017 NFL Draft. The decision was not without risk. Despite his statistical success, Mahomes was not widely considered a first-round prospect when he declared. Despite his record-breaking college career, Mahomes wasn't considered the top quarterback prospect in the 2017 draft. Many scouts questioned whether his improvisational style would translate to the NFL. The pre-draft process was filled with criticisms about his footwork, his decision-making, and his tendency to rely on his arm strength rather than proper mechanics. As the draft progressed, Mahomes watched as the Chicago Bears traded up to select Mitchell Trubisky with the 2nd overall pick. The move would later be remembered as one of the most significant draft miscalculations in NFL history, as Trubisky's career would pale in comparison to what Mahomes would accomplish. Draft analysts were divided on Mahomes' potential. Some saw him as having the highest ceiling of any quarterback in the draft, but also carrying significant risk. His footwork needed refinement, and he would need time to adapt to NFL defenses. Others questioned whether his statistics were inflated by Texas Tech's system and the high-scoring nature of Big 12 football. But the Kansas City Chiefs saw something different. Head coach Andy Reid and general manager Brett Veach were convinced Mahomes was special. Reed, known for his quarterback development and innovative offensive mind, saw in Mahomes the perfect canvas for his creative play calling. Veach had been pounding the table for Mahomes, telling anyone who would listen that he was a generational talent. The Chiefs made their move, trading their first-round pick, third-round pick, and their first-round pick in the following year's draft to move up to the 10th selection. It was a steep price, but one that would prove to be perhaps the greatest value in draft history. Veach would later say that Mahomes was one of the best players he had ever seen. With the 10th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs selected Patrick Mahomes, quarterback, Texas Tech. As he walked across the stage to shake Commissioner Roger Goodell's hand, few could have predicted the impact he would have on the league. After the draft, Mahomes reflected on the process. As the process went on, I got a feeling I was going up in the draft. I had a couple of teams that have been out there now that said they were going to trade up and get me. What few people knew was that Mahomes had specifically targeted the Chiefs, even receiving help from then offensive coordinator Matt Nagy before his pre-draft meeting with the team. Mahomes would later reveal that Nagy had given him the plays the Chiefs wanted to go over the night before their meeting. This preparation allowed Mahomes to shine in his interview with Reed and the Chiefs brass, further cementing their belief that he was their quarterback of the future. Despite the Chiefs' investment, Mahomes would spend most of his rookie season watching and learning behind veteran quarterback Alex Smith. This apprenticeship would prove invaluable for his development. Smith was known for his intelligence, preparation, and professionalism, all traits that would help shape Mahomes' approach to the game. Reed saw something special in Mahomes from the beginning. I think Patrick is forever himself, and that's why he's such a great leader. It doesn't waver, it doesn't go up or down. He's consistently the same guy every single week. This consistency would become a hallmark of Mahomes' career, allowing him to navigate both success and adversity with the same steady approach. For an entire season, Mahomes absorbed everything he could from Smith and Reed's complex offensive system. He studied film, learned the playbook, and developed the mental aspects of his game. While fans were eager to see the rookie in action, the Chiefs were patient, knowing that this investment in his development would pay dividends in the future. The Chiefs would give fans just one glimpse of their future that season, a Week 17 start against the Denver Broncos with the playoffs already secured. Smith was rested for the postseason, giving Mahomes his first NFL start. Though the game had no playoff implications, it provided a tantalizing preview of what was to come. In that game, with 2:53 left and the score tied, Mahomes got his first chance to lead a game-winning drive. What happened next was a preview of what was to come. After his protection broke down, Mahomes scrambled to his right while drifting back 14 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Then, while still backpedaling, he threw a dart 26 yards in the air that found Demarcus Robinson perfectly between three defenders. The announcers were stunned. What a play! It was everything that would become the hallmarks of Mahomes' career in one play. The poise, the escapability, the back-footed throws, the fearlessness, and the pinpoint accuracy. The Chiefs would go on to win the game 27-24, with Mahomes leading the game-winning drive in his NFL debut. When the Chiefs traded Alex Smith to Washington after the 2017 season, they handed the keys to their 22-year-old quarterback. No one could have predicted what would happen next. In his first game as the full-time starter, Mahomes threw for 4 touchdowns with no interceptions in a 38-point road victory against a Chargers team that would finish 12-4. His teammates were in awe. We knew he was good, but this was different. This was special. As the 2018 season progressed, Mahomes unleashed a series of throws and plays that defied conventional wisdom. The no-look pass against the Baltimore Ravens. The left-handed throw against the Denver Broncos while being chased by Von Miller. The sidearm sling across his body that somehow found its target with pinpoint accuracy. By season's end, Mahomes had thrown for 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns, joining Peyton Manning as the only players in NFL history to throw for over 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns in a single season. He became the first quarterback to achieve over 5,000 passing yards in both college and the NFL. At just 23 years old, Patrick Mahomes was named the NFL's most valuable player, becoming one of 4 black quarterbacks to win the AP MVP award. His coach, Andy Reid, wasn't surprised by Mahomes' success. He strives to be the greatest. Without saying anything, that's the way he works. He wants to be the greatest player ever. That's what he wants to be. Mahomes' magical 2018 season led the Chiefs to the AFC Championship game against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. It was a matchup of the present and future of the NFL, the established dynasty against the rising star. For 30 minutes, Mahomes looked overmatched as the Patriots held the Chiefs scoreless in the first half, a feat accomplished only one other time in the Mahomes era. But in the second half, Mahomes led the Chiefs to touchdowns on 4 of their first 6 drives, taking a 28-24 lead just before the 2-minute warning. The comeback showcased Mahomes' resilience and ability to perform under pressure, traits that would define his career in the years to come. When the Patriots regained the lead with 39 seconds left, Mahomes had just 32 seconds and 1 timeout to get into field goal range. It took him just 2 plays to move the Chiefs into field goal position, forcing overtime. Though the Patriots would win the coin toss and Brady would lead a game-winning touchdown drive, Mahomes had announced himself on the biggest stage. The loss would fuel Mahomes' determination heading into the 2019 season. He returned with a renewed focus and determination to take the Chiefs to the Super Bowl. Despite missing 2 games with a dislocated kneecap, Mahomes led the Chiefs to another 12-4 record in 2019, securing the 2nd seed in the AFC playoffs. In the divisional round against Houston, the Chiefs fell behind 24-0 in the first quarter. What happened next would become the stuff of legend. Mahomes led the Chiefs to 7 consecutive touchdown drives, turning a 24-point deficit into a 20-point victory. It was the largest comeback in Chiefs playoff history and a testament to Mahomes' ability to perform under pressure. The most impressive of Mahomes' 4 touchdown passes in the second quarter was his last to Travis Kelce, where he somehow had the presence of mind to drag his back foot on the grass to ensure he stayed behind the line of scrimmage. This awareness, combined with his physical gifts, made Mahomes nearly impossible to defend. In the AFC Championship game, Mahomes threw 3 touchdown passes to lead the Chiefs to a 35-24 victory over the Tennessee Titans, sending Kansas City to their first Super Bowl in 50 years. The victory was particularly sweet for the Chiefs' long-suffering fans, who had endured decades of playoff disappointments. In Super Bowl 54 against the San Francisco 49ers, Mahomes initially struggled, throwing 2 interceptions as the Chiefs trailed by 10 points in the second half. The 49ers defense, one of the best in the league, seemed to have found a way to contain the explosive Chiefs offense. But in the fourth quarter, Mahomes turned the game around, throwing for touchdowns on 2 successive drives to guide the Chiefs to an eventual 31-20 win. The comeback was sparked by a crucial 3rd and 15 conversion, where Mahomes found Tyreek Hill for a 44-yard gain. The play, called Jet Chip Wasp, would become one of the most famous in Super Bowl history. At 24 years old, Patrick Mahomes became the youngest quarterback ever to win both an NFL MVP award and a Super Bowl title. After the game, Mahomes reflected on the team's resilience. "We never give up. That's what we preached all year long." Following his Super Bowl victory, Mahomes signed a 10-year contract extension worth over $450 million. The largest contract in sports history at that time. The deal reflected not only Mahomes' on-field value but also his importance to the Chiefs franchise and the NFL as a whole. Over the next 4 seasons, Mahomes would cement his legacy as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He continued to produce at an elite level, even as the Chiefs' roster evolved around him. When star receiver Tyreek Hill was traded to the Miami Dolphins, many predicted a decline in the Chiefs' offensive production. Instead, Mahomes adapted his game, distributing the ball more evenly among his receivers and leading the Chiefs to continued success. In the 2022 season, despite playing through an ankle injury, Mahomes led the Chiefs to a 38-35 victory over the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 57, earning his 2nd Super Bowl MVP award. The game showcased Mahomes' toughness and determination as he played through significant pain to deliver in the biggest moments. The following season, Mahomes led the Chiefs to a nail-biting 25-22 overtime victory against the 49ers in Super Bowl 58, making them the first back-to-back Super Bowl champions since the Patriots in 2005. With his 3rd Super Bowl MVP award, Mahomes joined Tom Brady and Joe Montana as the only quarterbacks to win at least 3 Super Bowl MVP awards. In the 2024 season, the Chiefs attempted to become the first team in the Super Bowl era to win 3 consecutive championships. Despite a 15-2 regular season record, they fell short in Super Bowl 59, losing to the Eagles 40-22. The defeat was a rare setback in Mahomes' otherwise stellar career, but it also highlighted the difficulty of sustained success in the NFL. Through his first 7 NFL seasons, Patrick Mahomes has accomplished what most quarterbacks only dream of in an entire career: 2 league MVPs, 3 Super Bowl championships, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and 6 Pro Bowl selections. His impact on the game extends beyond his individual achievements. Mahomes has redefined the quarterback position, combining traditional pocket passing with unprecedented creativity and athleticism. When comparing Mahomes to other NFL greats through their first 7 seasons, The numbers are staggering. Mahomes has thrown for 28,424 yards and 219 touchdowns, compared to Tom Brady's 21,564 yards and 147 touchdowns in the same span. Mahomes' playoff performances have been equally impressive, with a 14-3 record and a 106.3 passer rating compared to Brady's 89.8. Beyond the statistics, Mahomes' competitive fire extends to everything he does. Whether it's a round of golf at Augusta or a game of hatchets at a friend's bachelor party, Mahomes plays to win. His friend Coleman Patterson once observed, "If you give him a little bit of momentum, he's going to run with it." This competitive drive is matched by Mahomes' leadership and character off the field. He has established the 15 and the Mahomes Foundation, which is dedicated to improving the lives of children. The foundation supports initiatives that focus on health, wellness, communities in need of resources, and other charitable causes. Mahomes has also used his platform to advocate for social justice causes. Following the murder of George Floyd in 2020, Mahomes was one of several NFL players who appeared in a video calling on the league to condemn racism and support Black Lives Matter. His willingness to speak out on important issues has earned him respect beyond the football field. In Kansas City, Mahomes has become more than just a football player. He's a cultural icon. His impact on the city extends beyond the Chiefs' success. Local businesses thrive on game days, and Mahomes' merchandise is ubiquitous throughout the region. He has embraced the city as his home, investing in local businesses and becoming part of the community fabric. Mahomes' influence extends to the next generation of quarterbacks as well. Young players across the country now emulate his playing style, attempting no-look passes and off-platform throws on high school fields. Coaches who once would have discouraged such unorthodox techniques now recognize the value in Mahomes' creative approach to the position. At just 29 years old, Patrick Mahomes has already established himself as one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. His combination of arm strength, creativity, and clutch performance has redefined what's possible at the position. Perhaps most remarkably, Mahomes has now won an NFL record 17 straight one-score games, creating the same sense of dread in opponents that Tiger Woods once did in his prime. The story of Patrick Mahomes is far from over. With potentially another decade or more of football ahead of him, the question isn't whether Mahomes belongs among the all-time greats, it's whether he will ultimately stand alone at the top. If he maintains his current trajectory, Mahomes could surpass even Tom Brady's 7 Super Bowl victories and numerous NFL records. What makes Mahomes' story particularly compelling is the way he has overcome skepticism at every stage of his career. From being overlooked as a high school recruit to falling to the 10th pick in the NFL draft, Mahomes has consistently proven his doubters wrong. His success is a testament to both his extraordinary talent and his relentless work ethic. Mahomes' impact on the NFL extends beyond his individual achievements. He has helped usher in a new era of quarterback play, where athleticism and creativity are valued alongside traditional pocket passing skills. The success of players like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert owes something to the path Mahomes has blazed. As Mahomes continues his NFL journey, his legacy continues to grow. Each impossible throw, each fourth-quarter comeback, each championship victory adds to the legend. In a league defined by legendary quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes isn't just following in their footsteps, he's creating a path entirely his own. The Patrick Mahomes story is one of talent meeting opportunity, of potential fulfilled, of a player who has not only lived up to the hype, but exceeded it in ways no one could have imagined. From draft day to Super Bowl MVP, Mahomes has rewritten the quarterback playbook and redefined what we believe is possible on a football field. And the most exciting part? His story is still being written, with chapters yet to come that could elevate him to heights no quarterback has ever reached before.